everyone, welcome to the latest video, and I'm going to be working on this. This is an old writing bureau slash secretary depending on where you're from. It's a tiny little thing. I've had this in my storage for a couple of years now, and I've picked this up for free on Marketplace. It's not the prettiest piece of furniture in the world, and at this point I'm not 100% sure what I'm going to do with it. I've got some ideas. Like I say, it's not the most attractive piece of furniture, so I'm going to try and do something a little bit different with it. This is a piece that I've got. It's not particular for a customer, so I can pretty much do what I want with it. So I'll go through it in a second, but hopefully you enjoy the video. Sit back, relax and enjoy, and as always, thanks for watching. It's got some really nice veneer on it. It's filthy, but it is only plywood with a veneer over the top, so that will dictate what I do with this piece. Inside, it's not your usual nice leather blotter. It's just got bits of felt that aren't really cut out very well, just stuck on, and obviously looks disintegrating. The hinges need some work. The inside's not in terrible condition, and you can see there, that's the ply. So I'm going to do something with that. The lock works, just needs cleaning up. This is how narrow this piece is. I did say it's tiny. It's really slimline, so it'll be useful if you've not got a lot of space. So I've got that in mind with what I'm going to do with it. This section here, at one time it must have had, ow. Ow, that was glass. I was just going to show you, at one time it's had glass doors. This is tiny thin little glass, and it's obviously broken at some stage. So I'm going to do something with this, make a feature of this. I'm not going to replace the glass. I don't like glass sliding doors. I think they look a bit old hat. And like, this is not an antique piece of furniture. I just want to make this look nice and appealing to people. It's got a little cupboard. These are nice little handles. I've cut my finger, look on that glass. They're quite nice, these little handles. I don't think they're going to fit in with what I want to do with this piece, so I'll probably change them. The veneer on the front I think will clean up nice and refinish nice. Inside, pretty straightforward. Unfinished wood. Just needs a clean up in there. Clean the hinges up. The legs, obviously they protrude from the front. They're not the prettiest things, they're just pieces of wood. They have to be like that, I'm guessing, because this thing is so shallow, and it's not excessively tall, but it's fairly tall. So if I just put legs on the corners, the likelihood is it's gonna tip. So I'm probably gonna have to keep these legs, but I'll have a think about what I can do to make them look a little bit nicer. The back isn't in terrible condition. There's a bit of delamination on the board, but nothing too bad. And the top is in decent condition. Looks like it's got quite a nice bit of veneer on there. So all in all, it's not in terrible condition. I'm not 100% sure what I'm going to do with it yet. I am going to make it a little bit different, and hopefully you'll enjoy the end result. But we'll just crack on, start taking things apart. Okay, my tiny little screws. I'd normally take the back off the whole piece to take this pigeonhole thing out, but this is just simply nailed to the top. It's a really simple thing, so I'm just going to try and get these nails out. There we go. Just nailed him. I'm pretty sure I'm not going to be using this because it's just naff. Basically, it's terrible. So I'm not going to do anything with that. I'll just put that to one side. Before I start stripping it, I just need to get these pieces of felt off, and it looks like they've just got a sticky back on it. So try and get these off the best I can. And that one. Not too sure what that one's all about, but I need to remove this finish now, but I've given it a go with a scraper, and it's not really coming off. It is, but it's hard work. It's like, I think it's like a hard wax oil or something like that. I think I'm going to use a paint stripper, but before I do, I just want to take the back off this because I've had a thought on what I want to do with this piece now. So I'm going to take the back off. It's nailed on, which is a pain. Normally when you flick it up like that, the nails will come out, but they're not coming out. Right, let me have a little think. Right, I'm using this upholstery thing, tack remover. Wow. This is a pain. Oh, I know what's going on here. There's nails here as well, which I've only just noticed. Right, done. This piece of ply I took off the back because I've sort of pulled it off. It's not in the best of shape, and it is only just plywood, so I don't need this to be perfect for what I'm going to do, but I haven't got a piece of this big. I'll have to go and get one, which I can do. It's not a problem. It just means I'm having to go out and get some. I'll have a think. I might repair this. I might just replace it. Right, I found this hardboard backing that I've got. I had it in my other shed. I can either repair this, use that, or go and buy a piece. I've got a piece of plywood, but it's too thick, so it won't fit in the rebate in the back of the unit. I don't need the wood grain to be visible. It is only plywood, so I can either go and get a brand new piece of plywood and spend 15 quid on it just to cover it up and stick it on the back of this cupboard, or I can use this hardboard that I've already got. Guess which one I'm going to do? Okay, let's cut this. Because this backboard is new and this one had sort of the areas where the backs were. I just need to mark out where those areas are on the board for what I'm going to do next. Well, not next, but further down. So, mark it up. Right, it's time to get stripping. Because this is veneered plywood, no idea how thick this is. I can sort of see, so it looks like it's got a reasonable thickness on it, but it's not in terrible condition, so I'm just going to go in with 240 grit. Nothing lower than that. There's a couple of little deeper scratches across the grain there, so I'm just marking them. I'll use a bit of heat to try and lift those a bit. I'm just marking them so I don't forget. Come on, let's go. Here, are you waiting to go in? Just a minute. Come on then. She's only excited because I've got her a treat. Oh yeah. These are off one of my subscribers, one of Daisy's biggest fans, Linda. She sent me some of these through the post, so thank you very much, Linda. There you go. Oh, is that good? She's had a little haircut as well. She's still got big problems with her skin, unfortunately. We're going to see a dermatologist at the end of April, but we're having to give her medicated baths, special tablets, all sorts of stuff, changing her food. But she's still a little happy soul, that. Yes, she's such a good girl. I know. Right, to work, Daisy. Hey, what do you think? Daisy? Should we get to work? Yeah? Very cheeky. Notice there's a little bit of veneer lifting up there. So just need to grab that before it gets any worse. Just a bit of glue. I don't know whether you can see here, but there's a tiny little bit of veneer missing, and it's right on this dark seam. Now I was going to replace this veneer, but I think because it's so small and it's in line with this seam, I'm just going to put a little bit of filler in. Just leave that to dry. I've just remembered actually there's a bit of veneer missing on the cabinet itself, but it's tiny. I've zoomed right in there, so it probably looks massive, but it's just that tiny bit. Okay, leave that to dry. I'm just going to put a bit here as well. It's just ripped out a bit. There's a bit of tear out and there, because I want this to be fairly smooth. Okay. There we go. Just need to do something with that. Right, so have a go at lifting some of these deeper scratches. I don't know what Daisy's doing, but she's just running around in the background. Daft dog. Right, I'm going to go round the piece now and do that. Let it dry and then we can give it a sand and see if that's improved it. Right, whilst I've got the scissors. Right, whilst I've got the iron out and I'm using the iron, I don't like this plywood being exposed at the side, so I've got some of this edge banding. It's a walnut, but it doesn't really matter. It's self-adhesive, so I'm going to put strips of this down and cover this up. So that's what I shall do. Right, I've got edge banding all over the front now, so I was just going to do the outside, but I've done these centre parts as well, because when I've done the outside they looked a bit odd. I've also done the front of the feet, just to sort of blend in with the front of this. I'm hoping it's going to look really nice. It looks better than it did just for taking all the finish off and putting the edge banding on, so I've got some big ideas for this. Hopefully you'll like it, but it's just a fun piece this to do. I'm going to crack on. I've ordered some stuff. I'm waiting for it to turn up. I think it's time for maybe stain. Ooh, that's a lovely grain. Right, it's time to start the staining process. I'm going to do it in 2 colours. So I've got my pots ready, got my rags ready, and I'm going to be using this one, and where is it? This one. That's a walnut and that's an ebony. So bear with me, I know a lot of people don't like black stain. I personally think it looks really good, depending on what piece you do it to. And like I said, I want to make this piece stand out a little bit. I'm doing something totally different with this piece. It was an ugly piece of furniture. Hopefully I'm going to make it into something that somebody will want. Like I said to you always, please, please bear with me and let me know your comments after the final reveal, and I'm sure you'll tell me whether you like it or not. So we'll start with that now. I think we'll start with the ebony. Obviously it's not very black, this. It just gives it a black tint but still pulls the colour of the wood through. I might have to deal with this. I don't know whether it's in the grain or it's actually a cross scratch. I don't know whether you can see that, but there's a little, well, there's 2 little marks there. So I might need to just sand that back a little bit, but I'll have to leave that to dry for a second. Right, I think I've managed to get those marks out now. So I'll just go back over this. Yeah, they've gone them now. Don't worry too much if this looks really dark on camera. It doesn't look that dark. Stood next to it, and once the top coat's on, it'll really bring that grain out. Oh, there's a big bee in here. Right, I've done all the parts I want to do in the ebony now, so I'm going to move on to the walnut. Oh, look at that! I should have changed my gloves. I've put my hand on there and I've got ebony stain on that now. Oh, David. Idiot. Right, I'll go over it again with fresh gloves on. There we go, it's coming off. Right, this is going to take me a long time. I'll be back shortly. Right, I've managed to clean all the hardware up now. You can see here it's just steel. It's just steel hardware. That's not brass. Nothing's brass. I quite like these, the way they've polished up. They've got like a coppery colour to them. So I'm going to keep them as they are. But the rest of it, I want it to be gold. So I'm just going to spray these. I was going to leave these as they were, but I've had another look at them and a lot of the platings come off that one and there, and they're scratched on the inside and the platings come off, and when I put them up against the other hardware and what I want to do inside the piece, they just look rubbish. So I'm going to spray these as well. Hiya! What do you want? What? What do you want? What? I've got nothing! What? Use a kiss. Use a kiss. Oh, Daisy! This is what she wants me to do. The washing line. Look at that face. Ready, steady, go! Good catch. Good catch, Daisy. Look at that tail. Right, let me get on now. I just need to seal this area with a bit of acrylic varnish. Okay, just need to do the same on the other side, leave that to dry. Okay. Right, I just need to leave that for about 15 minutes now. Right, this is still tacky, but it's not wet. So, this is the plan. Okay. This is the back panel, and the plan is to do something on the top, something in the middle and something on the bottom. So this will be the bit that's exposed, this will be the bit that's inside the drop down, and this will be inside the cupboard. So while I've got all this gold leaf out, I'm going to do this because it's a messy job, because everywhere. I've sealed this with a bit of varnish as well, because otherwise this gold leaf glue just soaks right in. Okay, same again, leave that for about 15 minutes. Right, let's go. You can get a special brush, it sticks to the gold leaf, and then you can just put it on. I haven't got one because I don't do gold leaf that much. The other tip as well is don't get glue on your fingers, because that's a nightmare when you do. Okay, just touch it up a bit now and then that's done. Right, I've got a plan for this top section as well, but I'm just doing a bit of forward planning here. This is the opening inside when you look at it, but what I'm going to put on here, I don't know whether it's going to go from right from edge to edge, so I'm going to have to just use a bit of paint, mask it a bit. That'll dry in minutes, that, so I'll go over that a few times just to get a nice silver and then we can move on. Right, time for top coat. I'm gonna do this in an acrylic varnish. So instead of lacquer I'm using that just because there's a lot of surfaces to get to, so I haven't used this for ages. This is what I'm going to use. It's full of bits, so I'm going to have to strain it. Right, I've strained it and I've watered it down. Just need to put it in here now. Right, the top coat's all done on everything now. I think it's had about 3 coats. It's dried a little bit unevenly and it's a little bit too glossy. So what I'm going to do, and I've done it on this piece already, is I'm just going to cut it back and try and give it a more sort of satin appearance and even out the finish. So I'll show you how I do that now. So 40 steel wool, ultra fine, and just quite gently rub it as flat as you can, making sure to get the edges. Okay, and get a tack cloth, just get rid of all that dust. Then you just want a bit of this. It's just like a beeswax feed and polish, tiny bit. You can do this with like a proper beeswax as well, like the Gilboy's wax, but it's already lots of coats of lacquer, so this should be fine. I'll just leave that for about 10 minutes now. Right, it's had about 10 minutes. It shouldn't really need anything more than that really, it's just to even out the finish. And then wipe off the excess. That's lovely and smooth now. So that'll take quite a few hours to fully dry. And once it is, I can just go back over it and just buff over it. So yeah, I'm going to do that on the rest of the piece now. Right, time for this section. And this is what I'm putting on. So have you guessed what this is going to be yet? It's certainly not a writing desk anymore. I think it's going to take me longer to get the backing paper off. Just bear with me on this. You might think, oh, this is a bit much, but when it's all together, you'll see what my thought was behind this piece. And hopefully you like it. I'm hoping I do. Just the last finishing touches to do now, adding the new hardware and assembling it all again. So thanks for watching. I know it's been a fairly long video and mine are never short. There's just quite a lot of work involved in these pieces which I want to share with you. If you've liked it, please give it a thumbs up. It really does help the channel. If you haven't already, please hit the subscribe button. It just means you won't miss out on any future videos and it's completely free. I'd like to say a big thank you to those that support the channel through the super thanks button and the buy me a coffee and my Amazon wish list. I really appreciate your support. It really helps and means I can continue to make these videos. So thank you. Hang on a minute, I've done something wrong here. I've put these on the wrong side. Those need to screw in there, and obviously I've done it wrong. Hey David. Right, let's try again. My restorations just wouldn't be the same if everything went to plan, but it's never too much of an issue. So again, I just want to say thanks for watching. I really hope you like the end product and I will see you in the next one.